Some directors push actors beyond their limits, but how far is too far? From Shelley Duvall's torment in The Shining to Quentin Tarantino putting Uma Thurman in real danger. Were these methods necessary for great films, or just cruel? First, Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick's obsession with detail and perfection is legendary, but what's lesser known is the extent to which he would go to torment his actors. The Shining, 1980, is one of the most infamous examples, particularly in his treatment of Shelley Duvall. Kubrick deliberately isolated Duvall from the cast and crew, instructing them to ignore her so she would feel alienated. The psychological pressure was relentless. She was subjected to 127 takes of the infamous baseball bat scene, reducing her to real tears and exhaustion. Her hair began falling out due to stress, and her mental health suffered significantly. Jack Nicholson, too, felt Kubrick's intensity. The director would repeatedly change the script overnight, forcing Nicholson to adapt on the fly, which left him mentally drained. Kubrick's perfectionist nature wasn't just about getting the right shot. It was about breaking his actors down to extract the rawest emotions possible. Even after filming ended, Duvall reportedly suffered from emotional distress for years, making The Shining one of the most harrowing productions in film history. 2. Alfred Hitchcock. Hitchcock was not only a master of suspense, but also a master of manipulation. He treated actors as mere tools rather than collaborators, often belittling them on set. Tippi Hedren's experience in The Birds, 1963, was particularly horrifying. Hitchcock promised her mechanical birds would be used for a climactic attack scene. Instead, he unleashed real birds on her for 5 days straight, causing actual injuries and leaving her psychologically shattered. She later revealed that Hitchcock was obsessed with controlling her both on and off the set, sabotaging her career when she refused his advances. Other actors were also subjected to Hitchcock's controlling nature. He refused to speak directly to some actors, preferring to relay instructions through assistants. If they displeased him, he would humiliate them in front of the crew. Even the great Cary Grant, who worked with Hitchcock multiple times, described him as intimidating and unpredictable. His cold, calculating approach made actors feel more like chess pieces than human beings, earning him a reputation as a director to be feared. 3. David Fincher. David Fincher is known for his hyper-detailed filmmaking style, but his obsession with multiple takes has driven many actors to the brink. Jake Gyllenhaal had one of the worst experiences while filming Zodiac, 2007, where Fincher made him perform the same scene over 70 times. Gyllenhaal admitted he felt like a robot, exhausted and emotionally drained by the endless repetition. Rooney Mara, The Social Network, the girl with the dragon tattoo, has also spoken about Fincher's brutal methods. She had to endure an excessive number of takes for minor scenes, pushing her patience and endurance to their limits. Even experienced actors like Brad Pitt, Fight Club, and Jesse Eisenberg, The Social Network, found Fincher's demand for perfection unnerving. While Fincher's results are often spectacular, his process has left many actors afraid to step onto his sets. 4. William Friedkin. William Friedkin, director of The Exorcist, 1973, took method directing to terrifying extremes. He was known for firing guns on set without warning to elicit genuine fear from his actors. In one scene, he slapped actor William O'Malley across the face to ensure he gave the right emotional reaction. Perhaps the most terrifying story comes from Ellen Burstyn, who played Reagan's mother. During a scene where she was violently thrown to the floor, Friedkin instructed a crew member to yank her harness with full force, causing a severe injury to her spine. Burstyn's screams of pain in the film were real, and she later spoke about how she still suffers from the injury. Even the child actress Linda Blair was not spared. She endured extreme physical distress, freezing temperatures, and physical restraints that left her bruised. Friedkin's methods blurred the line between art and outright abuse, leaving his cast with lasting psychological scars. Sankyem, Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino is known for his unique filmmaking style, but his dedication to realism has sometimes put actors in harm's way. During the filming of Kill Bill, Uma Thurman was asked to perform a high-speed driving stunt on a poorly maintained road. She was uncomfortable with the idea, but Tarantino insisted she do it. The car crashed, leaving her with serious neck and knee injuries that still affect her today. "I begged him not to make me do it," Thurman later said, recalling how unsafe she felt. Though Tarantino later admitted his mistake, many believed he downplayed the risk he had put her in. Tarantino's approach to violent scenes has also raised concerns. In Inglourious Basterds, there is a scene where Diane Kruger's character is strangled. Instead of using special effects, Tarantino insisted on choking her himself to get the reaction he wanted. He told Kruger that it would be quick and safe, but the scene was shockingly real. Co-star Christoph Waltz later confirmed that the choking wasn't fake. 6. Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski has long been a controversial figure, and his treatment of actors has only added to his dark reputation. On the set of Chinatown, 1974, he had a difficult working relationship with Faye Dunaway. Tensions between them were high, but one incident went too far. Polanski slapped Dunaway across the face without warning. He claimed it was to get a better performance from her, but she was deeply upset by the experience, and it was humiliating, Dunaway later said. She called working with him one of the worst experiences of her career. Polanski's intensity wasn't just directed at others. He also pushed himself to the limit. While filming The Tenant, 1976, in which he starred as well as directed, he went so deep into character that it affected his mental state. His erratic behavior made the atmosphere on set extremely tense. Actors never knew what he might do next, and many found it difficult to work under such unpredictable conditions. 7. James Cameron. James Cameron is famous for making some of the biggest movies in history, but his demanding approach has led to grueling working conditions. Kate Winslet, who starred in Titanic, had a particularly tough time. During one underwater scene, she got trapped and nearly drowned. She later called working with Cameron a nightmare, explaining that he expected absolute perfection and didn't care about how hard it was for the actors. "I was genuinely scared at times," Winslet admitted. Despite the difficulties, she delivered an unforgettable performance, though she vowed never to go through such an experience again. Cameron's intense directing style wasn't limited to Titanic. On The Abyss, Ed Harris and Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio were pushed to their limits. Cameron required them to spend hours in freezing water tanks, leading to near hypothermia. The extreme conditions made filming exhausting and dangerous. Harris later revealed that after finishing the movie, he never wanted to work with Cameron again. Mastrantonio also struggled with the tough conditions, once storming off set in frustration. A neurotic Werner Herzog. Werner Herzog is one of the most dedicated filmmakers in history, but his intense methods have made life on set incredibly tough. He believes in capturing reality, no matter how dangerous or extreme the conditions may be. One of the most famous examples of this was his work with actor Klaus Kinski, a man known for his explosive temper. The two had a notoriously difficult relationship, and things got so bad on the set of Aguirre, The Wrath of God, that Kinski threatened to walk away. Instead of calming things down, Herzog reportedly pulled out a gun and told Kinski, "If you leave, I'll shoot you first." Despite their fights, they continued working together, creating some of the most intense films ever made. Herzog's obsession with realism didn't stop with actors. While filming Fitzcarraldo, he decided to shoot in the Amazon jungle with real indigenous people instead of using a set or special effect. The conditions were brutal. Actors and crew members dealt with diseases, dangerous animals, and harsh weather. At one point, a crew member was bitten by a venomous snake and chose to cut off his own foot to survive. Herzog's commitment to authenticity was so extreme that some crew members feared for their safety, but he refused to back down. "If I abandoned this film, I would be a man without dreams," he once said. Needham Lars von Trier. Lars von Trier is known for making dark, thought-provoking films, but his directing methods can push actors to the edge. He has a habit of breaking them down emotionally, creating an environment where they feel vulnerable and uncertain. Singer Björk, who starred in Dancer in the Dark, called working with him soul-crushing. She said he reduced her to tears daily and claimed he was so difficult that she vowed never to act again. Nicole Kidman had a similar experience while filming Dogville. She later admitted that Von Trier's behavior was so intense that she wasn't sure she could handle it. "He plays psychological games," she said. "You never know what's real or what's a test." Some actors appreciate his unorthodox style, saying it helps them deliver raw, powerful performances, but many find his unpredictability exhausting. His erratic behavior on set leaves people unsure of what to expect, and, for some, the emotional toll is too much. Giashunte Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott has created some of the most visually stunning films in history, but working with him is no easy task. He is known for his intense work ethic and high expectations, pushing his cast and crew to the limit. On Gladiator, Russell Crowe was pushed to physical exhaustion, as Scott insisted on using practical effects instead of CGI. This meant real battle sequences, real weapons, and long, grueling days on set. Crowe reportedly argued with Scott several times, frustrated by the extreme conditions. "I'm the greatest actor in the world," Crowe once told a producer, "but even I can't make this script work." Despite the challenges, Gladiator became one of the most iconic films of all time. Scott's perfectionism extends beyond action films. While working on Blade Runner, he was so demanding that lead actor Harrison Ford later described the experience as miserable. "It was a long, draining process," Ford said. Ridley doesn't compromise. Scott's relentless pursuit of perfection makes his films stand out, but it also creates an atmosphere where mistakes aren't tolerated. Who is your favorite director and why? Do let us know about views in the comment section below, and for more such amazing videos, do subscribe to our channel.